So, Nishant, thank you, and thank you all for being here with us. My involvement with AIF actually goes back to a friend, a guy called Victor Menezes, who was one of the co-founders of AIF, and it started for the Gujarat earthquake as a way for people living in the United States to find a way to bring their hearts and minds to bear on helping disadvantaged people out of the earthquake situation here. But it developed and grew over 15 years. It's now reached more than 23 states. And it doesn't reach that size, scope, and 3 point something million people trying to get to 5 million. These things don't happen because of people living in America who give money. They happen because of people living here who do real work. And that's the staff of AIF that is here, but it's also the trustees of the AIF Trust. And Anu's one of those who's here from there. And I think the thanks that we guys in the US owe them is for the stewardship of our money and our efforts, and for making sure that what we want to get done living in the US actually happens in a form that excites people when they come here and inspires them to feel that we're doing something good for people who don't have the same opportunities as those of us who were lucky enough because of an accident of birth to have it. And that's the idea that inspires people like me about my involvement with AIF. Poverty is a friend of mine in the US, I'll actually quote him. It's a fellow called John Hope Bryant. He said, poverty is a state of mind. It's not a state of being. And a state of mind is because you get born into an environment where you're denied, and you grow in that environment, denied of everything that you and I take for granted. And when you and I take something for granted, the distance between us and those who are denied grows wider every day. And AIF is all about trying to bridge that gap. It's about bridging gaps between those who have and those who don't in a constructive way, about bridging gaps between India and the US in a constructive way, about finding ways for people to connect and contribute. And what you see as the 4 pillars that Nishant mentioned, which inappropriately add up to hell, but never mind. That's the health, education, livelihood, and leadership. I remember it the other way, which is education, livelihood, leadership, and health. So it doesn't sound like hell. That's a different topic. Those 4 trends and those 4 pathways have been developed over these years to become actually quite deep in themselves. And the core principle is that AIF is not trying that we own these or that we take them to scale or that we try and make them bigger. It is that we make sure that the proof of concept works, that we involve local state governments, that we involve local corporates, not just for their money, but for their people, their products, their capabilities, their skill. We will welcome the money, trust me. But we also welcome the people and their products and their capabilities and their skills, and also all the local NGOs whom we work with. So the idea is we don't want to own it. We want to spawn ideas. We want to give the birth to those ideas and allow the creativity and the innovation of people in those ideas, help state governments and NGOs and others take them to a scale that we could never have imagined with relatively limited funding. Now, this is going to be a record year, and the young gentlemen standing over there in the corner, Alex Counts and Nishant, are our key and core team that have taken us to a new way of growing AIF. I think one of the biggest things I've learned from both of them is the importance of measuring and quantifying the result of what we are doing. It's something we didn't do as well. It's something that the 2 of these guys are enforcing in us as trustees, but also in their staff that do the work. And I think that will reassure everybody of the quality of governance and the quality of impact that our programs are capable of having. So that's what excites me. Good people trying to build bridges, trying to find ways to reduce the divide that's caused just by an accident of birth, and trying to find a way to make a difference in a way that we can all feel proud of. And I think Alex and Nishant and your team and the AIF trustees, you deserve all our thanks for making sure that we can hold our heads high, not just by giving the money, but by the quality of work that you do on the ground. So all of you are here to help us with this prospect. Thank you. Feel free to put some money for us over time. We'd love some more. Add some of your thinking, add your energy, most importantly, add your voice. Make people aware of what we are trying to do. We think we can be many times bigger than what we already are. What we need is multiplying factors, and you are our multiplying factors. So thank you very much. And Anu, I'm going to hand it over to you.